Hello everyone, welcome back to Sure is Good. Today we are going to be working on our Thanksgiving meals, the basics for Thanksgiving, and our meal for today is going to be candy yams. So this meal is really simple. It doesn't have a lot of ingredients. So real quick, the only things that you really have to have for this, meal are your sweet potatoes, yams, either one. It doesn't really matter to me which ones I use, but I usually use sweet potatoes. Karo syrup, Karo, everybody says it's different, but you want to have the Karo syrup. A lot of people use the dark syrup. I'm using the light syrup. The light syrup is not only lighter in color, but it's not as sweet. I'm going to add cinnamon. Some people like to add raisins, and normally I don't, but just for the video and for people who would like raisins, I'm going to add the raisins. And sometimes people like to add marshmallows. I don't have marshmallows, I don't add marshmallows, and I'm not gonna add marshmallows this time either. But we're also gonna top this off with some, sometimes people use butter or margarine. I'm gonna use margarine. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this sweet potatoes and we're going to wash them off. Okay, so you want to wash, even though I'm going to peel it and peel all of the skin off, I still want to make sure the skin is it's all clean before I do any of that. So you just turn on your water, no soap necessary. You just want to rub it really good to make sure the dirt is off. Some people use a vegetable brush, that's fine. Or you could just, like I'm doing, just use your hands. Okay. So we're going to do that with both of our sweet potatoes. The reason you want to wash it off first, even though you're going to peel it off, is because if you don't wash it off first, when you're peeling it, the dirt gets on your hands and it goes onto the peeled potato. So you don't want to have that happen. Even though you can just rinse the potato off after you get it all dirty, you don't want to just be rubbing that dirt into the potato. Alright, so there we go. Next, we are going to peel the potato. You can either use a knife or you can use a potato peeler. So I'm going to use a potato peeler, and I'm just going to just rub it against it. Now, the difference between a knife and a potato peeler is obviously they're two different instruments, but the potato peeler doesn't dig deep into the potato, so you're just getting the skin off. Whereas when you use a knife, people tend to go a little heavier trying to get the peel off or the skin off, and you end up just cutting away a lot of your potato, whatever you're peeling. So this way you get, pretty much just the peel, not the peel of the skin, not the potato loss. And it's easy. I mean, this really slides, right over the potato easily. The only thing is a little knots, like a little hesitation of going over the knots, but it's nothing major. Just be careful to keep your fingers out the way, because you can, just like a knife, you can, I won't say slice your fingers, but you can graze your fingers doing this. Okay. Now, when it comes to like the last little bits of peel, as you can see, like the little bits of peel that's still on, you can just use your knife to just, you know, take those off. You could either take the tip and dig it off like that, any black with discoloration on it, you know, that's when you could just use a knife. But it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, right? It's not entering into any beauty contest. So, you know, it doesn't have to be flawless. Okay. So once you've peeled it, okay, so I peeled it, put it to the side. I'm going to do the same with this one. Now, I'm just making this to show you how to bake this. That's why I only have 2 potatoes. But if you're cooking for multiple people, you want a safe way to go. Like, these are smaller potatoes. You see they're, you know, like pretty much palm size potatoes. So if you buy potatoes this size, you can figure on 1 potato per person. You have 1 potato per person, and they're gonna, it's pretty much gonna be enough. All right. Keep in mind that even if you know, buy 1 per person, this is not the only thing they're gonna eat. So if you have 1 per person, you know, you don't have to really stress over, is this enough? So this potato has a lot of little holes, like this is like legitimately like a hole, right? So I'm gonna dig these holes out. Make sure there's no rotting, no worms, no bugs. I'm gonna dig that out. I need to know that this is good to go. You know, if the potato is rotting, it could run deep. So you want to know, like, you know, is this something that's running deep, or what's going on here? Okay, so once you dig it out and you see it's all good to go, you can continue. Okay, so then this potato can go to the chopping board. Okay, so now I am going to just cut these potatoes up into little chunks, like bite-sized chunks. Sweet potatoes take a long time to cook. So you're gonna cut them up into little bite-sized parts, put them in my cooking dish. Okay, my oven is already preset to 375. A bit bigger than I want. So I'm cutting these up small because I don't want them to take like super long to cook. You know, not just to make them bite-sized, but also so they just don't take super long to cook. And it also helps with flavor. You know, the smaller the pieces, the more flavor is in it. Okay, watch your fingers. now that I got that all chopped up, I'm gonna throw in these raisins. Raisins don't have to, this thing is gonna cook for a while. This thing takes a while to cook. So normally, like if you have like, these raisins are, you know, raisins are pretty, like hard or whatever. You normally, if you're gonna cook something with raisins, you want to put them in water and let them soften up. But I'm not gonna do that with this because it doesn't. We're not big raisin fans. So I'm gonna take some out. So we're not gonna. This thing's gonna take so long to cook that those raisins are gonna soften up. They're gonna plump up and everything. Now I'm gonna pretty much put a good amount of this caramel syrup in here. Because I want this to be all over, right? It's gonna cook up into the syrup. All right. So I had about a quarter, about a third of the bottle here, and now I have none. I've used it all. Oh, one ingredient I forgot. I'm gonna add brown sugar. Now I'm taking the brown sugar out of the microwave because my brown sugar was brown sugar will get hard like a rock. So because I've had it for a long time. So I'm gonna leave it right in these clumps. And I'm gonna break it up and leave it in clumps and just sprinkle it around, right? And this is actually also a light brown sugar. So again, same as with the light caramel syrup, it's not as sweet. It's just not as sweet. But it dries up and clumps up the same. Okay, so we have that. Let's add some cinnamon all over the top. Sprinkle that all over the top, right? The cinnamon always smells good, like wow. And then you're going to top it off with your butter or your margarine, right? Butter or margarine. I'm gonna let that, because we want it to just bake up. I'm just gonna put 2 clumps in there. And last but not least, something I didn't mention, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice, just a little bit. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit. It's got a little hole. Just sprinkle a little bit of lemon juice on here. Not too much. Not too much. And we're gonna cover this. Not the lemon juice. We're gonna cover this, and we're gonna put it in the oven. I'm gonna cover it with some aluminum foil. Always my go-to. And we are going to put it in this oven that is set at 375. And we're gonna let this just cook. We're just gonna let it cook up I'm gonna check it in about a half hour, but it's gonna take about 45 minutes to an hour to cook. So we'll be back in about a half hour to look in on that. Okay, everyone, so it's been about an hour and 45 minutes, almost 2 hours that these candy yams have been in the stove. So we're gonna take them out. They finally got to the place where they are tender and have the flavor, the flavor that we want them to have. So let's take them out of the oven. Okay. And here it is. So I'm just gonna take a little taste. Here's one, and if you look, you can see that it's just it comes apart really easy. It's nice and soft and tender. And I'm just gonna taste it. It's nice and sweet. Like through the whole thing, it's not overly sweet. It just has the right amount of sweetness, and it's so soft and tender and delicious. And there's nothing like a good candy yam. Try it. Let me know in the comments how it turns out for you. And like, share, and subscribe. And always stay till the end of each video. Stay tuned for the next one.